Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
I think if you polled like you said, black people over 50 and then black people of I say the millennial age about OJ's reception, I feel like it'd be a lot more negative with our group than it would be with older groups because if we kind of just know him as the guy that got away with the
man. If you were alive in this moment, then you're gonna be completely biased in whatever direction you were going in at that point.
What's poppin', everybody?
Welcome back to the Cole Podcast.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Steve.
Everybody, OJ Simpson is dead. After a long battle with cancer, he finally succumbed to his illness, and the world has pretty mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think that this is a really tragic event. Maybe not as tragic as some other events associated with OJ, but there are definitely some people.
Such as.
But yeah, no, the news came out that he passed. I mean, he passed technically kind of early. I think he was 76. And I guess some people are honoring him in a sense. Other people are not.
I would say if you look anywhere on a OJ tribute post, you'll find a lot of comments that are just kind of memeing the whole he killed his wife thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen a few rest in piss comments.
I've seen
Twitter.
Yeah. I've seen I hope his last words were "I did it," and then he just passed.
Yeah, someone actually said that there might be a time capsule message, he has a recorded video confession.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And
Really?
and it's set to release at a certain date. Obviously, that's entirely speculation, but that would probably be the
I think he has
coolest.
too much CTE to foresee sort of planning like that. I don't think he was.
That's
that
Walt
creative.
Disney levels of planning, where he he freezes himself.
I don't think he couldn't see that far, but he is officially back on Sports Center.
Yeah,
that is good,
which is interesting.
And now he's no longer taboo. They can say his name again and talk about what he did.
Yeah, thank God we can finally talk about OJ's stats.
Oh, we can finally say how much of a good player he was again.
Adrian Peterson was the first person to beat him. It took a while.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear Sports Center's breakdown?
Yeah, let's see the clip.
Let's see what they got to say.
Smith here with you. We will be going back out to Augusta for more live coverage of the Masters, which has just gotten underway. But in the meantime, we do have some breaking news to get to.
Yeah, let's get to that breaking news right now. Orenthal Simpson, the former football great who was accused of and ultimately acquitted of the brutal 1994 slayings of his ex-wife, Ron Goldman, has died. According to his family, they put this out on social media. He was 76 years old. They say on April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of transition, his family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace. That was a statement that was released on X earlier today.
All right, guys. Now let's go ahead and dig into this after they've asked for privacy and really get to the bottom of what's been going on.
Yeah. So OJ, he's actually had a really troubled.
The news of Ron's killer passing away is a mixed bag of complicated emotions.
Where's that coming from?
There's another video.
All right, we don't need
I'll
you.
cut this. He had OJ had a troubled sort of, I guess, chain of events going on for the last 20 years. I'm pretty sure he went back to jail.
I think he did.
I think robbing someone I think someone had a bunch of his paraphernalia and mementos, his Heisman trophy or something.
Yeah.
And he robbed the guy with two other guys at gunpoint.
Yeah, that's the kind of crazy thing about him because a lot of the trial took place when I was an infant, so I don't personally have too much knowledge about the climate at the time, but it is interesting that from what I've heard over the years, aside from the trial itself and the perception afterwards, wasn't he still involved in I said a lot of criminal things? I don't know if it was a civil case that sent him back to prison or if it was
you can't go to jail over a civil case.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he was still kind of doing fuck.
He was doing this.
He was doing
this
crap.
Is what he was doing.
Is it the chase?
Friends, the teammate at Southern
This was
Cal.
Before everything, this is mid-trial, man.
Cowling, who's the other person they're looking for, who was with OJ earlier.
So then he goes to
They
prison for
believe,
this,
again,
and it
they
makes his case
believe
extremely
that
hard
this
to
is
say
the
the
car.
least.
We do not know this is the car.
Long chase.
They're going south
helicopters
through
come.
Orange County, but nobody is pulling this car over.
Why doesn't he have a nicer car?
And we could
It's
only
a nice
guess
car
as
in
to
that
why
age.
not.
Yeah, that year, that was the car.
They may fear that there are arms
Ford
in that
Bronco.
car. They may fear that Simpson may harm himself. Now,
Yeah, he was
police
saying
radio
that.
saying that Simpson has a gun at his head.
Him and his teammate had matching
Literally
Broncos.
just one hand on the wheel, one hand with the gun.
He's got a gun to his head.
That actually is how that went down.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like,
That's
I'm
like-
gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
That's an insane visual, like Steve just did.
This is.
That's why the cops laid back on him, and that's why they're so distant.
Yeah.
We're going to stay with
Don't
it.
want him doing anything
California
hasty.
They
Highway
just want him to
Patrol
park.
has now
Right.
confirmed to CNN.
OJ, we just want you to park, all right?
Yeah, how
That's how he got sent
would you
back.
say was O.J. Simpson beloved like maybe like a Walter Payton kind of guy?
Big time. Whoa,
Walter Payton
okay,
was,
hold
like,
on, wait. Walter
pretty
Payton's
loved, though.
stretching it a little bit. Walter
Yeah.
Payton was really nice. He's a
Yeah.
good person.
He's like, well, Walter Payton really didn't do anything crazy.
I thought about his yards, and I was like, yeah.
Well, no,
Walter
I'm
Payton's
saying like
similar yardage,
I'm
yeah,
saying
for sure.
before all of this, like was O.J. Simpson like the people because I mean
Yes,
the
but
people
before-
adore him because Walter Payton was like a superhero.
He was
basically.
in multiple movies. He was in like four feature films at this point. He was known as the Juice.
Yeah.
He was so friendly in Hollywood. He was well known. He was well beloved. Honestly, yeah. So he was definitely similar, but Walter Payton was more so known for like giving back to his community. You know, this fellow was
Doing
just
the
he was
Super
just
Bowl
cool.
shuffle.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl shuffle, of course.
He was a cool guy.
This is the base reaction off of just the verdict.
Was there ever like before you go into it, was there a contention like OJ had in the black community for like I guess because then there was like
Marrying a white woman.
yeah, that too, but then it was like because I remember in a song Jay-Z had he quoted this thing like where OJ says he's not black or he's like I'm not black, I'm OJ.
He did say that.
Yeah,
he
and
did say that while the trial was currently happening.
Yeah, and I think there was like this weird kind of people felt like he was trying to dissociate himself from the black community, and I wonder if like how black people like thought about him like with that, because I know like trial wise they want at the time people wanted him to get off, but I'm just like, was there anything afterwards where they were just kind of like, do we really mess with it? Like we really like this guy?
No, I feel like every black person over the age of 50 pretty much claims OJ.
Okay.
Over 50 is pretty accurate.
Yeah, we kind of live in that new age where like empathy is really big. So now I think if you if you did like
Humans are doing the thing nowadays.
yeah, he was doing those. I think if you like polled like you said, black people over 50 and then black people of like I say the millennial age about like OJ's like reception, I feel like it'd be a lot more negative with like our group than it would be with older groups because
Like if
we kind of just know him as the guy that got away with the murder.
I think about it like in a almost nostalgic way. Like we're about to play the clip of the verdict, and if you take it like, man, if you were alive in this moment, then you're gonna be completely biased in whatever direction you were going in at that point.
There was so much pulling everyone's opinion in so many different directions at
Yeah.
the time. Yeah. Which is really crazy. I couldn't imagine. We were just barely being born at this point, like all collectively in this room, which is wild.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. All right. Let's see the let's see the legendary moment when O.J. Simpson got off. No,
All right.
No homo.
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of violence.
You see his face.
Right.
So I'm gonna play a little bit of the
Oprah.
Yeah, the Oprah when that was happening, and just everyone's general reaction I think can be explained through this one photo.
Yeah.
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the State of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, in the...
Now, what do you guys notice about this photo?
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of racial divide.
Yeah, I was detecting a little racial tension.
Yeah, those two white girls in the front look absolutely shocked.
Yeah,
the fellow behind them too. He's like
the one that looks like Keenan. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine what's going through those white girls' heads though. Like the ones like specifically in the front, because they're like in front of all the black girls that are cheering, and they're like,
Let's just sit down. Just sit down.
Yeah.
Stay seated.
I think
they're
it's
like, we can't show like visible anger,
Yeah.
because these girls might hit us.
I think it just hit them all at that one moment that if like OJ had killed one of them, they'd be cheering just as hard as they are now.
Yeah.
I think that's like we've sat in class together, and now like she just realized that this girl would cheer at her death.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, I feel like this was like the OJ thing probably caused like a Trump level divide. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
people,
if not way further, like OJ, the juice had a little bit more effect on this country than Trump might have.
Yeah.
I think. Well, the thing with OJ though,
like
I think
a
it was
year.
probably so much easier to like not express your opinion about the OJ thing and keep your friends back then if you just bottled it up.
Right.
But I think with
But
like
his
social
yards,
media and all
man.
this other stuff now, it's like you can have like one tweet and you can lose like 10 friends. Probably like peak like 2016 if you're like, you know, I'm a social conservative. I'm voting for Trump, and then you lose like 15 Facebook friends over that. It's like
real quick. But you know, there was just no Facebook for people to notice that you're like, I like Orenthal James Simpson. You know, like no one could really pull up the records on you.
Yeah, I guess that would really only happen at like work or college, probably.
It would have to come up in a conversation, and it'd be weird.
You know what's actually interesting about this though, and I brought it up off camera, is the fact that like this case didn't. I don't think, because even if you polled the black people back then that were happy he got off, like I feel like most people would agree that they still thought he did it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, to most people, it wasn't really a case about did OJ kill his wife. It became more of a thing of like, can a black man, a successful black man, get away with what is perceived that white people will get away with all the time?
Yeah.
You know, and at the end, you know, like I said, following the stuff that had happened at the time where was it Rodney King, like the Rodney King beatings,
very
all
much so.
that other stuff where people kind of felt like the system was basically corrupted against like black people, black culture. So he kind of became the face of like, you know, can he get away with it?
Justice.
Yeah,
It's almost like
can we
justice
get
was
our
on his side.
exactly?
Yeah. Like, can we use a little nepotism to win?
Yeah.
And it really skewed everything. I mean, it skewed the outcome. I think we all see that's how history worked out.
They literally have like interviews. We probably should have pulled it for this episode, but they have like an interview with one of the jurors, and she was like, "Yeah, you know, we thought he was guilty, but he was black, so we didn't convict him."
Yeah, we did.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
that's
one
crazy.
of the juries like literally says that in the interview.
Well, it took them so long. They were like stuck inside of a room because of media. They like made them stay in because it would affect any information outside because of how big it was would affect the case.
Yeah. You know what's actually interesting to think about a little bit is because this kind of was a case based around black culture finally getting one over on the system. But if O.J. Simpson's wife was black, that circumstance would still be the same if he got away with it. But do you think it would have even inspired that? Do you think this is because his wife was white that it turned into that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which is
Yes.
very
100%.
There was a lot of women that saw it as a crime against women, but there was still that racial divide.
Yeah, because that's the interesting thing. Because I'm like, technically, if his wife was black and he did this, it would still be like the same connotation of can a black man get one over on the system. But no one would look at it as that. It would be, it would pretty much just be a man killed his wife. Let's like throw the book at him. But it's only because he had a white wife that it became very racial. And I'm like, I wonder if that's like,
And
I
it's
think
like,
people kind of miss that sometimes.
If it was you know, a rich and famous black man killed his black wife, if the jury is, you know, I feel like all the black women in the jury would be like, oh, he did it. He's going.
Well, yeah, 100%.
They would never defend him in any situation.
No, he wouldn't have had a leg to stand on with that.
Yeah.
And,
But
I mean, there was besides the the glove doesn't fit, you know, scene that occurred in the court, which is ridiculous. It's just him basically scrunching up his hand like this while putting on. And I mean, not gonna lie, the glove wasn't probably his. It's just, that's another detail, but besides the point, it was really changed when the cop, the arresting officer that was on scene, was deemed as a neo-Nazi.
Yeah,
So
there was some guy named Mark. There was some guy named Mark. I can't remember his last name, but he was like
Krunish
literally
or something.
caught planting evidence on the scene.
That's the cop.
And it's
That's
like,
wild.
which is, you know, it's like, you know, you see in movies where it's like they'll plant evidence on someone that's clearly guilty, but that just compromises the entire case because now they can use the fact that you planted the evidence.
Yeah.
to
Reasonable
hold it
doubt.
against
You literally just discredited your own, and you had a good argument, but you just discredited.
But you wanted that easy win.
Yeah.
That's what allowed
There's a
them to
reasonable
bring
doubt.
him into the court and further review his information of the day, and that's what allowed them to search his basement.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy was literally caught on camera planting the evidence. Like I'm certain that he was caught on camera.
I don't doubt that. Yeah, because they pretty definitively like got him in and suspended him, and then they were like, "We're gonna have to check your belongings in your home to see if there's any other supporting evidence that you may be racist." And he was for sure racist, for sure.
It's actually I'm like the odds that you get like the most neo-Nazi cop that's involved in this, which is like the perfect kind of like
way out.
That's what Johnny Cochran said. He was like,
yeah, because if you think about it, like. He could be a neo-Nazi, but that wouldn't really change the outcome of the case. But it's because he's a neo-Nazi that now it's like, well, wait a second, can we even trust this guy? I mean, why would we trust a neo-Nazi judging a black man's freedom? It's like,
the arresting officer who said, "I heard screams," was now like not even credible anyway.
Easily dismissible, like. The perfectly dismissible person.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna listen to the neo-Nazi.
Right.
The guy with a shrine to Hitler. Like you can't do that.
Like if he took no action whatsoever and just had that, like you said, that opinion.
Yeah,
because it would have worked out in his favor.
Because it definitely has no leaning on the kids. Like the guy could believe that the world is flat.
He could, yeah.
It's like that doesn't apply to anything. But it's like it perfectly aligns with like what the framing of this case was, to where it's like now we can easily dismiss him because he's clearly a racist. He should have no say on this. There's a black man obviously who wants him in jail.
Like all they needed to like close it out sooner was like, man, there's not enough white running backs.
Yeah.
Just like
that is actually insane when you think about it. Like this racial case just got flipped on its head because of a racial cop that just ruined the entire thing. That's so insane.
It's well beloved, and Americans love football. So imagine how many white cops were like, yeah, they won the Super Bowl, right? I don't like why, but
yeah.
Is this which one is this?
This is some footage of a reporter's interaction with O.J. Simpson years after he was gone after he was released from prison after the case was acquitted. This is like early 2000s. It's eerie, to say the least.
I've never personally shaken hands with you.
It's a stranger.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you.
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
No. And you got me riled up. You got me started.
After we finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't.
I think it was his idea of a joke.
I love his face.
Nope. Yeah, they got in the back,
and
too.
This is it.
Did not do it. No. Nope, did not do it.
I love it. I love his face, too. It's so funny.
Goodness.
Yeah, if you're listening, he's doing a stabbing motion with like a fake knife towards her. Like that's
is amazing to me that like he leaned into the whole like, did I do it?
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know. Like
it's this brand now.
That's like I don't know. That's like if I got off, like I somehow got away. Like everyone thought I killed a kid at a playground, and I got away with it. Like but the world still thought about it. I don't feel like it would benefit me in any way to try to play into that character. Like I'm like I go to like a school function to give a speech. I'm like, don't get too close, kids. I might snatch you up. Like
what if I did it?
Yeah, what if I did it? You never know, right?
Yeah, you can write a book about it.
Like I don't think you want to be the guy that might kill kids. I'm the guy that might have killed his wife. You don't know.
Watch out. Kids that sold over 3,000 books. I'm an esteemed writer. Okay, very different career path nowadays.
Did you do it, OJ?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I made a book about it. Maybe I did. It's in the book.
Surprise!
If I did.
Yeah, OJ has a book called "If I Did It."
I like the title has "if" in small letters.
Yeah, they put the "if" in the tiniest
His bloody
font.
footprint. His like actual bloody
From
footprint.
here, I literally can't even see the word "if."
No, it just says "I did it." Right. I did it. The confession of the killer. Like literally, this reads completely different if you don't see the
so
if.
Funny, man.
If I did it.
Funny.
That's great. Yeah.
Well,
kind of like leaned into Zimmerman on that one.
At least we can still watch his movies to remember him.
Want to know?
That's true. We still
I didn't know he was in Roots.
Still got Roots. We still got Naked Gun films.
Yeah.
I did know he was a Naked Gun. I do remember that. But I didn't know he was in Roots.
He was in Roots?
He's so fast.
I said that too. Who did he play?
Out of all movies?
Was he Was he Kunta? Because I do vaguely remember an older Kunta Kinte, and I'm like, was that OJ?
That was LeVar Burton.
Okay. Did anyone ever tell
he
LeVar
play?
Burton he looks like OJ?
You saying all blacks look alike?
What role did he play in Roots, though? I would
feel
like
like
to know that.
Yeah, I do want to know.
Was he that one slave that was super fast?
He was,
Katie Touré.
He was the slave that like escaped the plantation, married a white woman, and killed her.
This guy.
Oh.
He was
okay.
he was the giant 250-pound ripped guy.
Yeah, he was the ripped hippie slave.
Oh yeah, the ripped hippie slave.
The ripped hippie slave.
He's talking to Kunta. Wait, actually, this might be when they're in Africa still, because that's like young Kunta without a shirt, which is how all Africans look.
I never saw Roots.
See, here's LeVar Burton, who is Kunta Kinte.
Oh, okay.
This
there we go.
This is in Africa.
Ah, I see. Yeah. This is when he was training Kunta to.
I guess that's what Africans probably look like.
Yeah. I guess that's what they look like. More or less.
More or less.
Yeah, just shirtless.
They had a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Protein.
They also have a high red blood cell count. Or no, a low red blood cell count. It's one or the other.
Huh.
Because it's like they have, that's why.
Anemia?
Yeah. That's why they're like immune to Zika, a lot of them. They don't get like killed by mosquitoes. Because they have a low blood cell count, which is why a lot of blacks have a affinity for being anemic. Because they evolved that way to kind of survive getting diseases from mosquitoes.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's evolution for you.
It is. I think that also relates to like the fast twitch muscles in your body, which is why a lot of black athletes have fast twitch muscles. Yeah, it all comes from.
So let's close it out with I got a quick little like thought experiment. Would you rather live your life basically with OJ's legacy, but you didn't, commit the crime?
Yeah,
Wait, which legacy? Are we referring to his rushing yards?
You can have the whole thing, whatever. But
his acting career.
Yeah, you can have his rushing yards. You can have he has 11,000 rushing yards. You can have his whole football career.
Nice. Okay.
But you basically got framed for killing Nicole.
Okay.
And you have to live with that, and you have to lean into it.
Okay. I have to be. Okay.
Or you can actually commit the crime.
Well, he did.
But no, but I'm saying this is.
But we don't know that, Hiram.
Yeah. or you don't get like anything. You basically just have to kill your wife. Like you actually have to do it, but you don't have the public.
I'm okay.
You don't have the public stick.
I'll pass. I'm good on the whole killing my wife thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pass on that.
Yeah. No, I would too. Bro. I think
I'll leave the mother of my children alone.
I think the lifetime. I think the lifetime of shame would probably be.
He's got 2,000 receiving yards too. Wow.
You're saying I don't kill my wife, but everyone thinks I did, but I get acquitted. So basically, live OJ's actual life, or actually kill my wife. And what's the benefit after killing my wife?
You get away with it.
Okay, I get away with it.
And you don't have to actually live OJ's life.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So basically, I can
no
kill
one-
somebody, but everyone
knows-
thinks I did, or I cannot kill somebody. And
No. You kill somebody and nobody thinks you.
yeah,
actually
nobody
did it.
thinks I killed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just not kill someone for sure, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Hiram's like, that's not even a real thinker.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm thinking about like the aftermath. Like even if everyone thought I did, but I know like I'm a free man and I know I didn't do it. I'd probably live a lot of a more like consciously
mentally stable
yeah,
life.
mentally
Yeah.
stable, like
Yeah.
less mentally taxing life than if I actually killed someone.
Yeah.
And I just have to
Yes.
live with the fact that like, okay, the world doesn't think I did, but I know I did it.
But I know.
Yeah, like I
Does
just
the
have this
situation
looming
change
lie.
if your wife was actually cheating on you with that guy?
No.
I guess that would go. Do I believe all cheating women deserve to be killed?
Right. You know,
Yeah,
just say yes.
I-
I'm willing to kill.
I just divorced her at that point. I think technically they weren't divorced. They were just separated. I think I just go for that divorce. Just really seal the deal on that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like give her like a laxative, like and get back at her that way.
Yeah. Make her shit
Something
herself
mild,
in public.
something more like Nickelodeon-esque.
Yeah.
That's a very couth
You could
plan.
slime
I
her.
like
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you
I'd
could
put her
actually
like how you
slime.
pooped your dress at like the all-white party. You know what I mean?
I think you should publicly slime her, like set up a slime catapult.
Yeah,
when she
that's
goes
what
out.
Nickelodeon would help me out with that.
That's a nice get back.
You know, I'd be like, you cheated on me.
How dare you here?
And then also, see, I don't get to kill anybody. I don't have to kill anybody, and I have over 2,000 receiving yards under my bucket. That's crazy. I think there's bonuses.
And
here.
I'm one of the fastest
990
players
kick
in the
returns.
world.
That's crazy,
But there's no
Wait,
way 2,000
how many kick
receiving yards
returns?
is a lot.
bro. What for a rusher? For a rushing,
Okay, yeah,
for a running back, and
Oh, he was
also
a running
return
back? Yeah,
yards.
okay, that makes sense.
Yes, bro.
How many returns?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to glorify it. We haven't been able to talk about these stats for years.
O.J. Simpson was sick.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's one of those things. Like, can we finally talk about his career again in football? Like, yeah.
Yes, we can.
How many
It was
returns?
incredible.
How many returns did he have?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I thought you said
Actually, you know what
It says
99 return.
990 right there.
No. That's return yards.
Yeah.
So like
I
that's
thought
still
you
pretty
said
crazy.
990 returns.
That
like
would be
every time
crazy.
that would be epic. Like I've been waiting for the point.
It would be.
just to
It would
see
be.
him take it back.
It would almost be as good as the true legend of the NFL, which is primetime Deion Sanders, who didn't kill anyone.
I don't know,
Let the
man.
record
Michael
show.
Vick is pretty cool,
He didn't
dude.
kill a single person.
Michael Vick.
He did
His
his
only
time.
victims were
Yeah, he does. I mean, those victims were dogs. I mean, I like dogs,
Pretty
but
rough. He is on Sports
I
Center
like dogs,
again,
but come
though.
on.
Yeah. Well, no, he like started donating to
To dog shelters.
Yeah, shelters.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
He's repented.
I like how he's, the only bit is to have to like do a fucking apology tour for dogs.
Basically.
He had to rub 15,000 bellies as his penalty.
You know, there was a meeting. They're like, should we have Michael Vick on Sports Center? It's a pandemic. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
He didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. I heard they got Michael Vick to. I heard they got him singing the national anthem at the Puppy Bowl.
Bro, the Puppy Bowl is
So
actually
rough,
like
man.
legitimately amazing. Like whoever came up with that is a genius.
The marketing genius.
You like
No,
the
that's-
Puppy Bowl?
Bro, the Puppy Bowl is hilarious to me. I don't watch the whole thing,
But the concept.
but it's like just the concept of that existing. Bro, that's so funny to me.
Oh, I guess.
All
I
right,
guess it's
so-
for the kids to watch.
No, I wouldn't. It's for adult women.
You
Yeah,
really think
it
that?
kind of. I think it
Yeah.
is for like just like women to kind of sit there and be cuddle up in their blankets with their box wine
Yeah,
and
like they're not gonna
feel
watch
like they're
the Super Bowl.
celebrating that day too.
Like they'll be in the room with the
YouTube.
Super Bowl, and then they'll have the Puppy Bowl on their phone.
I literally
Yeah.
thought that was for like, when the adults is watching the Super Bowl, the kids can watch the Puppy Bowl.
Why wouldn't the kids watch the Super Bowl? It's just football.
Because
Why not both?
I don't know.
Why not? But they're not at the same time technically.
I feel like it depends. Like the mom, like I guess it depends on which kid you have. Like maybe the daughter is like curled up on the couch with the mom drinking like orange juice, and then the boy is like the dad's forcing the boy to watch football.
Depends on how
so
many
he can grow
boys
up
you
to be a
got in the
man.
house. Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone's watching the entire Puppy Bowl. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just like you
What if
see-
someone's betting on it? Someone's putting parlays on the Puppy Bowl. They got a 3-leg parlay on the Puppy Bowl.
I think Bruiser's about to score on with Scotty.
Could you imagine being the fucking? I keep cursing. Sorry.
Peanut Butter's got an
I was
all-time
gonna say, could you
record
imagine
today.
being the Puppy Bowl ref? Because I think I saw one Puppy Bowl where it's like he was just kind of on all fours the entire time, just like monitoring the puppies. And I'm just like,
He is a creep.
I'm just
guy's
thinking
a
if he's like an
freak.
actual referee, and that's his payday today.
He loves his job.
That guy loves the smell, probably.
Yeah.
All right, let's close this one out, man.
All right. Oh yeah. Last thing though, just like how we can now talk about OJ's, we gotta wait till R. Kelly to die before we can play his music on the radio again.
No, I think no one actually cares about anything he did, and they will keep playing his music.
That is the
Oh,
king
okay.
of R&B.
His music
there you
is
go.
currently being played, and no one cares.
He's already
well,
had
there
a
you go.
concert.
Oh.
It was in the prison, but it was a concert.
I didn't know. Oh, well.
Yeah, Bill Cosby, the black community is very forgiving of like criminal black people. So
Yeah.
Kale's got a bit of a pass.
Kel still got people stuck.
like Cosby is doing stand up.
King Von still gets his RIP post.
That's a little lighter than.
But
Can't really
but
compare that to
OJ
Kel's.
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean,
Hey, Kels didn't write a
literal
book that
murder.
was like, if I did it,
Bro, you can't compel
literally
R.
killed
Kelly
people.
to King Von, bro. King Von was a good guy.
I'm just like, bro, King Von, like, we know he killed people.
yeah,
though.
Kels didn't drop a book that was like, if I did it, I would have had 15 girls at a time in a basement.
I guess all you gotta do is make good music. You can get away with anything, or just be an
Just make
incredible
good art.
athlete.
Be
Yeah,
entertaining, you'll be all right.
Just
Being
be
a-
entertaining.
Absolutely.
be an incredible entertainer. You know. You know, we don't know if Michael Jackson touched those kids, but we really don't care. So
we,
there you go.
we probably can't.
Yeah, think about the 30 years before
really
that,
don't
where he was
care.
making bangers after bangers.
There you go.
Absolute bangers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this episode of the Cult Podcast. Hopefully, you guys, none of you guys liked OJ, so that his death. doesn't
Yeah, hopefully
affect
we
you
didn't
too
offend
much.
any fans.
Yeah, any hardcore OJ lovers.
Someone like
Yeah, so yeah, I mean we're back. It's been like a month since we recorded. I think we had a few posts here and there,
Sir,
but
we're back.
just a little reminder if you didn't see the clip that I posted the other day, it's like a behind the scenes thing or whatever. We did get a strike or a few strikes actually for posting some arguably not that raunchy content, but according to YouTube, they hate us and they want us dead. So
we need your support.
Yeah, we need your support. We're summoning the Cold Pop family.
Come on, Cold
All the
Pop
Cold
fam.
Pops.
Yeah, Cold Pop fam.
All the Cold Pop fans gotta jump out the cooler.
Jump out the cooler on them. And make sure you guys watch our videos. We are approaching monetization to an extent. I guess we're like halfway there. So make sure you guys get the word out. Share us. Put us on your socials or whatever. Send us in your group chat. And check us out on YouTube, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, potentially Rumble, and all social media platforms at The Cold Popcast. We got some clips. We haven't posted a clip in a while, but we got some clips there. And thanks for popping in. We got to pop out of here.
All right. Peace.